In this short video, we will be extracting features by using a select by expression in the attribute table. We'll be creating buffers as well as running a select by location query using QGIS. The data they have before you could be any sort of city data that is available. Around we have fire hazard zones, rivers, roads, and building types. Alright, so if the city is asking us to find hospitals that are located within 250 meters of a fire hazard, there are several ways that you can do this. The way I prefer it is by first creating the buffer. To do this, all you'll do is go to Vector, Geoprocessing Tools, create buffers. Remember, buffers can be created for points, lines, and polygons. When doing it, I do recommend that you dissolve the result just for neatness. We want to create a 250 meter fire area of interest around these fire hazards. Create a temporary, we'll save a permanent one. Save it wherever you want to. Alright, let's run it, and there we go. We have our fire area of interest over here, the 250 meter radius around these areas. Let's just fix that up to make it a little bit more appropriate for our purposes. There we go. Alright, our next purpose is to extract from the building uses all buildings that are hospitals. You'll notice that in the attribute table we have hospitals, large buildings, and school areas. What we want to do is select only the hospitals and save it as its own feature type. To do this, you will go to the select feature using expression, navigate down to the fields and values. These fields and values will correspond to the columns in the attribute table. We'll go down to feature type because that's where we got the types of buildings over here. Select all unique. And what we're going to ask here is for all feature types that are the same as hospitals to be selected. And there we go. Immediately you can see these are selected in blue. And on the map itself, you'll notice that these are highlighted in yellow. So what we are going to do is to export these once these features are selected over here. You're going to right click, hit export, save feature as, and for our purposes let's call it hospitals. Important one is to save only selected features. It's okay. For this one I'm just overwriting the file because I already used it. And there we go. If I turn off the building uses, we will notice that only hospitals have been selected. Alright. Now if we want to locate any hospitals that are within, let's say, a 300 meter or 400 meter range of these fire hazards, we will quickly again run a buffer using the fire hazard layer or fire warning layer. Let's call it a 400 meter. Dissolve results, save it as a permanent file. And then we run these. There we go. It's nice because you can see the 250 and the 400 meter buffers around these fire hazards. What I will do is move up the hospital so that you can see that these are in range. That basically these hospitals are not in range, these hospitals are in range. But if you're working with a large city, you can easily run a query to find all those that are within these areas. So all you're going to do is go down to research tools, go to select by location, and basically we are selecting all features from the hospital layer that intersect, basically touch or completely within the fire buffer zone of the 400 meter one. I'm going to run this, close, and there we go. you can see that all those that are within area of interest are selected. Those that are without are not selected. To see how many are selected in the attribute table, just navigate to the attribute table, and we see selected. There's 7. These are highlighted in blue and yellow on the map itself. But you can also see that there are 7 located there for analysis purposes.